My name is Dr. Boniface Muli Mutua. I am an environmental scientist and also the founder of Ecostrides Solutions. We are based in Njoro Sub-county, Egerton Centre, 500 meters from the university gate. And at Ecostrides, we are doing recycling of biomass into briquettes. Briquettes are pressed biomass source of energy. We make this energy from charcoal waste. First time I learned about briquettes was way back in the year 2018 when I operated a hotel. One of my suppliers introduced me to charcoal briquettes, so I got some keen interest on briquettes. As an environmental scientist, I know about clean energy. I saw it good, I put it into practice, and that is what we are doing here at Ecostrides. Starting this business was not easy because I lacked the machinery and also the technical know-how. Through some literature review and internet searches, I was able to get a rough idea on how briquettes are made. We are making our briquettes from charcoal dust. We press, then we get our briquettes. Currently, we are using charcoal residue. That is the residue we collect from charcoal vendors. So we bring it here. Then once we bring it here, we sort, then crush, add some binder, then we press and dry. We source our raw materials from the charcoal sellers. That is, after they've sold their charcoal, there is that waste. They call it charcoal dust. Sometimes we do lack raw materials, and in such scenarios, we are forced to go to further places so that we can get sufficient raw material to supply our production process. Our customers include the households, also the hotels and the poultry farmers. The best thing with briquettes is that we are providing two solutions in one. One of the solutions we are providing is on waste management, because the charcoal residue is a waste. So we are providing a solution to solid waste management. We are also providing a solution to our forest cover, because the ordinary charcoal is sourced from the forest, and as we know, forest cover is going down day by day. Yeah, we are operating in a 100 by 50 feet, and it's quite a small place, but we are trying to make use of the available space so that we can contribute to climate change mitigation. Yeah, currently our space is limited, as I've said, and we are planning to increase our space whereby we can install dryers so that we can dry our briquettes, especially during the rain season when we usually get a big challenge in drying the briquettes. One of the challenges we are facing when we do this business is that there is low perception on briquettes, and there is a need that we try to raise the awareness so that many people, many households can adopt to this clean source of energy. The perceptions comes, I think, because of the quality of briquettes. I think there is that lack of training, because several guys are into briquette production, but the quality is not standardized. So when the customer encounters the low quality briquettes, it's like they turn off. But there's that need that we break that barrier by probably during a few days, so that we can break that barrier and so that they can upscale the uptake of briquette. A good briquette is that kind of a briquette that will not break easily, that will burn for a longer period of time, and will also not emit any smoke or any odor, that is in terms of smell. The quality is key, and from my background I can tell, because I'm a researcher, I can tell the quality of a briquette. So one of the places they go in is the binder, the kind of material they are using. That is, I think that is where basically they go wrong. Yeah, some guys some producers use soil to bind. As we all know, soil doesn't burn. So once you make your briquettes from with soil as the binder, you'll definitely get poor quality briquettes. Another binder is molasses, but molasses has that unique smell, so it is not a very good binder. But currently we are doing cassava, we call it tapioca, and tapioca relatively brings a quite quality briquettes. Our first line of customers are the households. Households are adopting to briquettes. We also have the hotels. We also have farmers especially who are doing brooding. So there is quite a huge market for briquettes despite the low perception. We are selling a kilo at 30 shillings, and we also have a bag that is 50 kilogram bag, and that is going for 1,500. That is 1,500. In a good day, we can sell close to 500 kilograms of briquettes. Okay. Briquette is a profitable business because the market is there. Briquettes are cheap, thereby the profit margins are not that bad. We've been trying to scale up, but there are those challenges because we need the infrastructure. We need the structures. We need the machines for upscaling. So setting up is not that easy. I was able to raise around 200,000, and from the 200,000 I was able to acquire a simple press machine and also a crusher, and also in the construction of the greenhouses for drying. A piece of advice I'll give to guys who like to enter into this business is that don't hesitate, just start from where you are. Things will come as you move. These machines are locally fabricated and they are in the market. We started with 2 workers. Currently we have 4 workers. As you use briquettes, it's equally good you be aware that this is biomass energy and it emits carbon just like any other. The world is moving towards green energy, and there are opportunities for green sources of energy, and especially in the briquette market. We are fighting energy poverty because, as we all know, families living below $1 per day, the only source of energy is charcoal, and here we are bringing quite cheaper source of charcoal in terms of briquettes. When I'm not teaching, this is where I spend my time. In the next 10 years, I see ourselves having quite an established farm, whereby we'll be recycling more waste and also doing other activities on the circular economy concept. One thing I constantly tell my students is that they should practice what we teach them in class, because most of the classwork can be applied. So it's good after you've learned, get away, be innovative, and get away whereby you can apply your knowledge. It's not necessarily you be employed, but you can create an establishment just like this one, and by so doing you create an employment for yourself and also for a colleague or two. To be very sincere, some of our colleagues see this as a dirty stuff, but one thing I've loved about it is that I'm putting what I teach into practice. Get our hands dirty and implement what we teach. It's good my colleagues change that perception and put into practice what you teach. Whenever I step into this establishment and I find dry briquettes, that crackling noise really gives me joy, because that is ready briquettes, ready to hit the market. What makes me sad is when the machines are not running. Yeah, that makes me sad. We are trying as much as we can to satisfy the needs of our customers. I would encourage each one of us to embrace the cleaner source of energy, just like briquettes. And for us to solve these environmental challenges, especially on emissions, that is carbon emissions, is good we become innovative so that we can fill the gaps. Because I believe that Kenya is well as Africa, we have solutions to our problems. It's not always a must we look to the West, but I know that we have the solutions to our problems, and one of the ways we can do is creating homemade solutions for such.